Hi, thanks for clicking the video. Today I wanted to talk about the problems with privatized prisons. How can a businessman have a prison as a business? Because the purpose of a business is to create a tool or a system that brings you money in for the rest of your life while you're alive on earth, so you don't have to work. But if your goal is to create an eternal system or tool to keep on bringing you money in, how in your heart can you want it to fix the prisoners up and make them not come back? Because you need prisoners to keep on coming back, for you to keep on making money. So it goes against your it's a conflict of interest, because you want your prisons to last forever. And the purpose of prisons, is not to last forever. It's not supposed to last forever. The goal you should have in your heart, even if you don't reach it, is to rehabilitate so many people that they don't come back into prison. So you can't have both. You can't want to make money forever off this tool or this system or these buildings called prisons, but you also want to stop people. Your achievement is to either stop people coming to jail or prison altogether, or have as low numbers as possible. And that's another thing. Most people in business, they don't just want to have one prison. They want a whole bunch of prisons if you're a businessman, because the more prisons you have, the more money you have. But if your purpose is to rehabilitate people, you want as least prisons as possible. So how can you have both? You can't have both. You can't want as many prisons as possible to bring in as much money as possible, and also want as few prisons as possible because your prisons are doing a good job and they're making less criminals. You can't have both. So the whole thing has got to the stage now where governments, are allowing people, businessmen, to own prisons, and they're obviously not going to do the job. In fact, it's not just that they're not going to do the job. They've got no incentive to make. They've got an incentive not to rehabilitate people. They've got a goal. They've got an incentive for people not to be rehabilitated, so they can make more money. So the thing is, I'm just basically trying to say, it's a contradiction, it's a conflict of interest. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to work this out. So how can we have privatized prisons? And also, you're not going to spend lots of equipment on classes and resources and stuff to fix these people up, because in capitalism, the less you spend, the less you spend, the more money you keep, ain't it? So the whole thing is that, I don't know, obviously I know it comes to money, and maybe these prisons are giving people money and this, that, and the other and so forth, but it's just wrong. It's just wrong. There's already not really any much rehabilitation going on in the government prisons that are supposed to be rehabilitating people. And I know, because I've been. But to hand it over to businessmen, is a businessman with all his heart and all his soul really going to be thinking about, how can I, while people are spending time in prison, how can I make them change their way of life? How are you, as a businessman who owns a prison, says, look, I'm going to teach them trades in jails. I'm going to teach them how to be electricians, carpenters, plumbers, How, why are you going to teach them why are you going to give them skills that are detriment to your business? Because if you teach them how to be tradesmen and they get out of prison and they never come back, you've created a business to create money, but you're going to teach them how not to come back to jail so you can't make money. Why are you going to teach them skills so they never come back to jail? If you want you need people in jail. It doesn't make any sense. So the point I'm just trying to say is that, like, this is just corrupt. It's just corrupt. You don't need to have a high education level to see this. But why will it go on? It will go on because money rules people. So anyway, I just thought I would talk about that video because I was thinking about it. I just thought, this is wrong. This don't make sense. This ain't right. Like, it's just not right. But anyway, down below, like, leave what you think about private prisons. Leave your suggestions about what you think about private prisons. If you think there's a good reason for private prisons, then put in the comments and I'll reply to that video. I'll listen to it and I'll listen to what you have to say. Yeah, and if there's any powerful reasons or like strong points or arguments, then I'll tell you which ones I agree with or which ones I disagree with, you know, in the next video. But I can't think of anything. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, get back at me. I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, cool.